All right. Here on the yen group for this Tuesday, this was the group that Tony was covering in London. He gave for New York in the London session, but he talked about this in New York. I was looking at yens already and then watched his conference room, so that confirmed it a little bit better for me, that I was on the right track. So with the yens, on the 4 hour, we had this consolidation and this break above on euro yen. Move over here to USD yen, and the flow is kind of sideways on euro yen. USD yen, the flow is up. We had this hold here, this push down, this testing of this area, and this break above. So that's why I was looking at, this break. And then also on Swiss yen, we had this upflow. Swiss was my favorite pair. Had this nice strong push down, but got rejected. Ranged here, tried to push again, came back, tried, and then got taken out. All these guys who started this push. So we were looking at this pullback into these areas right here on the 4 hour. I can jump down to my 1 hour and show it a little bit better. CAD yen was okay. Didn't like it a whole lot. But I was watching it also. These other pairs I didn't, nothing to do with, so I shrink them out of the way. Shrink this one out of the way. Now, one thing I was watching, I was hoping it would come to this area and then do, but it did a little further dip down, which I wasn't the happiest with, because it was like two pretty strong pushes. And then I'm going to be trying to find this slowdown in this area. And then euro yen, this was the area I was looking for to come back to, and it actually broke below and started reacting near this range, which was okay for me too. USD yen just kind of was hanging out up here away from it. So I was just kind of watching it for correlation. I didn't want to mess with taking this trade, but it did break this nice area. So I chose to stick with Swiss franc yen, and as in this was that area that broke above. We were testing push 1, push 2, push. Store owner gave a discount, whatever you want to call it. Gave a pretty good discount. So my original plan was thinking it was news is coming out at 11, still to come. So I was thinking around this area where it was reacting. Around here, it was slowing down. It's going to give us a push up to here. Hopefully give us a slow pull back to this area. Maybe spike and then go with news. But that wasn't happening. So drop down a time frame. We see this push down, nice discount, a little bit of reaction from the buyers. But not real strong, so gave another discount to see what it would do. Couldn't go any lower, and then the buyers started to come in, not very fast though. And one thing I did notice I didn't like was this volume. Lots of volume up here. Pullback did have low volume, which is good for a pullback, but also, what I was seeing was this break above, we did not have a whole lot of volume. It did started to increase. Back up. Okay, yeah, it was the volume on Swiss yen was a little better. There was high volume above me, and then the rest of the pullback was lower volume. It was the euro yen was high volume all the way through, and even higher volume, just high volume everywhere. So this was the one that concerned me the most. But Swiss franc was okay with the volumes. So on this, I even dropped down to my 5 minutes, and we had this strong move down, this discount or this large meal we had to digest, come back about 50%. He tried again, couldn't do anything. Strong move up. And then let's see what he's got. He's got nothing. And then the buyers made another move up to the north. Gave him about a 75% discount. Let's see what he's got. he did make a push down, but it started to really slow down in this area. Volume started to pick up down here too, and this push down was low volume, so that kind of got me real interested. And as this was starting to reject back in, I took the buy on this candle. Went down even to the 1 minute to get in on this. It did start to react. Let me get this out of the way. So it did get up to this area and then reacted, kind of ranging, and I was watching correlation. At this time also, when I took this on the Swiss franc group, on the hourly, I noticed, where are we at? I noticed on the hourly the Swiss francs all were getting weak right here with this strong push down, other than this one. We had this strong push down on the Swiss, strong push down on the Swiss, so that also led me to jump into the trade at this point with the Swiss. Just got some strength. Now at this point, I almost closed out here. It was coming back pretty strong. I was just watching my correlation. Wasn't too happy with it, but just want to see how far it could get. My stops were just below here. I was kind of thinking it was going to slow down here, give it a little stop hunt, take me out, and then go, but it just kept on going. So at the top of this little range area, I closed out 60%. My original plan was to close it out a little higher with this SNR, but given this range and the correlation wasn't looking that great, I took out 60 here. It eventually blasted up even further, and then right at the top is where I closed out the rest of the position, right up here where the guy who started. Just still wasn't liking correlation that much, and it has gone a little higher on the 15 or the 1 hour. It's still going pretty good, so interesting to see where this goes. Like I said, we got news at 11, so it's interesting to see what it'll do. Maybe it'll test back and eventually mess around, dip, and go higher. But so that's my trade. I think all in all, 1.5 hour, give or take a few. But that's it, and appreciate it. Any comments, feel free.